Excited to have my next guest on the show. It's Jimmy Crute, who will be back in action at UFC Perth September the 27th when he takes on Ivan Ersian. Jimmy, how are you?
Good, bro. I'm good. How are you?
Doing well. Nice to chat with you. I'm just, want to start first with your level of excitement to be fighting in Perth. This is a big card. You're back in the UFC, got a win under your belts. How pumped are you to be fighting in front of the home fans?
Yeah, I love fighting at home, man. The It's taking out all the travel, having the hometown crowd, home city, home country crowd, I should say. Um, it's just a lot less of a pain in the ass than having to travel to the other side of the world to fight. So I love it.
I could just imagine. Does it add more pressure though? Like when you have like a lot of family or friends in attendance and they're obviously there to see you, win impressively. Do you feel that pressure, come fight night?
Nah, just I'm gonna fight the same way either way. I'm gonna bring it either way. So the results out of my hands, I can just prepare the best I can and just go out there and scrap. So it doesn't really add any more pressure.
The Australian fans too, they're very well educated. They show up and they're excited throughout. Is the energy like in the arena when you do fight in Perth? Is it different than other places you've competed at?
Yeah, just I've done a few different places in Australia, and we have the best fans in the world, bro. Like we bring the energy, we love it. Um, so it is a special moment walking out in front of that crowd.
Before we, dive into talk about Ivan, a lot to dissect there, but I want to recap your big win in July, round one armbar victory over Marcin Prachnio. If I'm not mistaken, too, that's your first victory inside the UFC octagon since 2020, which I can't believe it's already 2025. How sweet was that to win as impressively as you did?
Oh man, I can't go over what the last 5 years have been like in the space of an interview. It was a journey back, and I had to back myself through all of it, through all the doubt and all the trials, um, and then to get the job done like that, it just felt like a world of pressure came off my shoulders. Um, yeah, very very hard road back, but well worth it.
And I know, you've done some interviews I've seen in the past. You talked about, finding God, overcoming the knee injury and everything. I mean, how difficult was it mentally to stay positive, to wake up every morning, to stay on your grind, to get back here to the position you're in now? Like, can you think back to that lowest point and, then compare that to, your win inside of the octagon over Prashnia?
I just used to tell myself all the time that those who endure to the end will be saved. Um, so I just tell myself to endure it. It sucked. It was really dark. It was very, very dark. But I had faith that it would pass and I'd come out the other end of it. It didn't matter how long I had to endure for. Um, and then comparing the highs to the lows, man, it's just polar opposites.
Mm.
And that's like sort of like the beautiful thing about this sport is the highs and lows and how unforgiving it is at times and how amazing it is at other times. So I loved every minute of it.
Can I ask how you, found God? I tell you, for myself personally, I was in a really low spot after I lost my father to cancer, and it was really difficult to see the beauty sometimes in life. And it took me a while to get through that and just get back to being like the version of myself that I recognize. So I'm just curious, like, how you found God and how that has like impacted your life.
Oh, it's hard to sort of, you'd know yourself, bro. It's hard to sort of condense into like one or two moments or like a couple of sentences. But um, I was just brought to my knees pretty much, and sort of reflections were shown of who I actually was and who I was pretending to be and who I thought I was. And when you see the truth like that, you start asking questions and you start searching. And, those who, what's the, how's it go? Those who look shall find or whatever. And I knew there was more. So I started looking and things just pop up. As you know, there's things that happen that you can't explain when you start following God. And he brought me to Jesus Christ.
Do you go to like church regularly? Like how do you practice your faith, if you don't mind me asking?
Um, I go to church every week. I have I have my fellowship. We're always discussing. I read the Word. I pray every day. Sometimes all day, every day, just constantly praying. Um, yeah, I just have opened my heart to receive the Holy Spirit and Jesus, and that's that.
Hmm. And you're still such a young guy. You're not even 30 yet. You're 29, right?
Yeah.
So like the best is definitely yet to come. It's still in your future. And you're a guy too. I remember when you first got into the UFC years ago, there were so many expectations from you. So many people were like, this is like the next big thing, right? Like, can you just kind of tell me the evolution of you, when you first got into the UFC, that version of Jimmy Crute versus who you are today?
Um, it's sort of funny because I always knew how good I could be. I knew that my talent has no limits, like I truly think that I could be anything I want in this sport. But mentally I was just a kid and um I was I don't even know how to describe myself, but I wasn't mature. Um so recently I've been having these moments of training where I'm just like I talk to some of my boys and I'm like, bro, just sometimes now just I don't know, I get worried because sometimes it feels too easy. And then one of my boys, Adam, goes, "Oh, it's only because you're now becoming as good as you always thought you could be." I'm like, "Oh, mate, that sounds like it's got a bit of something to it." But yeah, I don't know. Feel like the expectations were there for a reason. I obviously showed a lot of talent, but mentally, I had a lot of growing to do. So I had to go through my trials, and God had to put me through whatever He had to put me through to make me grow and become who I am now.
How important it is for you to be back with Sam Greco?
Yeah, yeah, it's good. Um, we both had to go out and sort of, I think we both had to grow a lot and see things on our own. Um, but it feels all right to be back with Greco. I love that bloke. So yeah, I feel like we can take it all the way, man, Greco.
And so who are like the main training partners that you have like day to day now?
I got big Ricky Beecham. He's fighting actually this Saturday at Hex. He's fighting for the Hex heavyweight title. I'm very confident in him. And then he'll no doubt be going contender series and on to bigger things. We've got Jake Matthews, Kit Campbell, Jono McAuliffe, um, McAuliffe, not McAuliffe. Yeah, we got some good guys.
I don't know if you can see behind me, where it's right over on this side. It's a Robert Whittaker walkout hoodie. Do you have a relationship with Rob?
Yeah, man. Yeah, I actually did 2 weeks of my last camp out at Smeaton Grange with Rob.
What are your thoughts on just where he's at in his career? And obviously, I mean, he's a legend, former champ. I thought he won the fight against RDR. I mean, I don't even know what the judges look at nowadays. I mean, it was a close fight. It could have gone either way, but I thought Rob won. Do you think he won the fight? And just what do you think? How do you think he's going to bounce back if you had an assessment as to like where he's at in his career and what he's going to do next?
Dude, if Rob wants it, he's got it. But I think sort of sort of hard. I don't know where he's at with what he's done and what he still wants to do. I was getting a bit worried when people started saying, "Oh, 3 fights and that's it. I'm looking at retirement." But I'm telling you, man, I've trained with the bloke. I trained with the bloke last camp, and some of those sparring sessions, he was beating the living shit out of me as a middleweight. Um, if he wants it, he can do anything he wants. So,
Yeah. He's still the man. There's no doubt. I want to ask you about the other hoodie behind me. I don't know if you can see who that is. That's Dustin Jacoby. I've been interviewing DJ for a really long time now. He's obviously a great fighter. He's even better human being. And you called him out after your last fight, and I thought that made a lot of sense. He's a guy. He's a veteran. You're like an up and coming star in the division. Were you disappointed that the fight didn't get made? I felt like it made sense for Perth.
yeah, I wasn't disappointed, man. I was Perth first, name second. I didn't really care who I fought. I didn't call Dustin out because I have any beef against him. That was just the name that popped into my head when they put the microphone in front of me. I still think it would make an awesome fight in the future. So, door's not shut on it. But for me, it was Perth first, name second. I didn't really care about who. I just wanted Perth.
He said he liked the idea of the fight too. So, like hypothetically speaking, if you go in there, you don't take any damage against Yvonne. He wants to fight in NYC in November. Would that time frame make sense for you if you're healthy?
Absolutely, God willing, I'd come through unhealthy. I'd back it up for sure. We got an opportunity to make a run, so let's do it.
Stylistically, when you look at that fight, obviously Dustin's a striker. I mean, you're a very well-rounded fighter. You're known for your ground game and your grappling. Is that just kind of like the fight? Is it like a contrast of styles, like who can get the fight where they want it, or do you think it would stay on the feet and you would strike with them?
I ain't looking past Ivan Ersian, brother.
Understood. Yeah, I'm just curious because I feel like that fight could be made in the future. So I just wanted to get your take on it, I guess.
I think it's the same with everyone in the division. I can hang with anyone on the feet, no problem. I can hang with them. But if I get them to the ground, they're dead. There's nothing they can do.
And so to look at this matchup with Yvonne, he's 0-2 in the UFC. He has 10 TKO or KO finishes on the feet. So another striker here. Is this a fight too, or stylistically, it's just safer to get him to the ground?
Absolutely. Like, that's not saying that I can't bash him up on the feet before I get him to the ground, or I can't knock him out before I get him to the ground. Um, he's not, Ivan's not a well-rounded striker. He's got a couple of things that he does really well, and I've got a couple of tricks that I can use to shut him down. But you can't underestimate a man with that much power. He's obviously got a heap of power. His back is against the wall, so he's not going to be afraid to use it. So I've got to be on my A game, make him miss, take him apart, either finish him on the feet or take him down and finish him there. But I can't play with my food and I can't leave an opening for him.
I'm sure you've watched plenty of tape on him in his two most recent fights. The UD loss to Sterling, and then he had the split loss to Iwan Kutalaba. Just curious your take on his performances in those two fights.
I thought he did pretty well against Ion. Navajo was a bit of a puzzle to work out, and I think his style that like kickboxer versus boxer is gonna play into the hands of the kickboxer. The one thing I noticed is he was real jittery. He fought Iron first, yeah, and then
Uh,
he fought
yeah,
Navajo.
Sterling was the most recent fight.
So the one thing I noticed was he was real jittery early against Ion, but he was less jittery in his second UFC fight. So it shows that he's getting more comfortable in the space and he's growing. So I've just got to prepare for a bloke that's even better.
Do you think that
Doesn't matter.
do you think that you're the best grappler in the division?
Uh, yeah, no question.
And when you look at this particular card at Perth, the main event is a light heavyweight fight, Ulberg and Reyes, and then Navajo is fighting on this card as well. He's taking on Bellato. Are you keeping an eye on all these other guys because injuries happen? This is a dangerous sport. You guys train hard, and if there is an injury, maybe they switch things up. Is that something that crosses your mind at all?
Actually, I did think about that at the start. I'm like, oh, how cool would it be to fill in for the main event? But I don't I don't allow myself to spend too much time in that thought. Whatever happens is going to happen, and I have no control over what's going to happen. So I just got to focus on what's in front of me, and what's in front of me is a big Croatian fella called Ivan Ersian.
I was surprised to see that you weren't on the main card. As of right now, when I look at it, it says you're on the prelims. Is that disappointing? Do you care about that stuff?
Oh, mate, I've seen so many different posters saying that all over the place. So I wouldn't. Where'd you look at that?
I was looking on Tapology, and then I saw some other post somewhere on social media.
Well, I've seen three different cards, so I don't care, bro. I really don't care. But
Uh,
yeah, I don't care.
okay, fair enough. What's your prediction for the main event between Ulberg and Reyes?
Ooh. I don't know. Don't care.
It's going to be a banger. It's going to be a good fight.
It'll be a good fight. I like them both. I like them both. Obviously, um, Carlos Olberg is a Anzac brother, and Dominic is a brother in Christ. So I don't know.
Okay.
I like them both. I got a lot of respect for both guys.
Is it tough, like picking fights? I mean, these guys are your colleagues, right? Like, you don't want to offend anyone or upset anyone. Do you like doing that, or do you just try to avoid it if you are asked that question? Because I know it's something that you guys get asked a lot.
I don't care about offending no one, bro. What are they going to do? Fight me? I hope so. Um, I don't know. I genuinely don't know. I haven't given it much thought. I don't really care, to be honest. I just care about my fight.
All right. One last other fight question I want to ask you. Ankalaev and Poatan 2, the rematch for the title around the corner. Do you have thoughts on that rematch?
Not too much. I haven't given it much thought. I think just off the top of my head, I'll go Magomed again.
Stylistically, he's just really difficult to figure out, especially for Poatan, just with what he brings to the table, right?
They're both very good. They're both very, very good.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting rematch. To circle back to Iwan here, Ivan, do you have an official prediction? Do you going to get another quick night in the office here? Like, how do you see this fight actually ending?
Think I'm gonna choke him in round one.
Another impressive quick finish for yourself. And you said too, Jimmy, that a future champion is in the it's going to happen for you. You believe that will happen one day. Obviously, it's all about getting the right matchups to get in the rankings and climb up there. But realistically, like, how far away do you think you are? I mean, is this something that we could be talking about you for a contendership fight maybe in like 2026?
Sure, bro. You know how quick this sport moves. Just takes a couple of good performances. Um, yeah, bro. Like whenever it happens, it's gonna happen. I have no control over that. I just gotta keep showing up and fighting. The beautiful thing is, I enjoy the journey of it all. I'm not here to just for the destination of the belt. I'm gonna enjoy every moment leading into it.
Well, we're excited to see you back in there, man. After that impressive victory in July, I know the fans are clamoring to see Jimmy the Brute Crute back in action again. UFC Perth, September the 27th. I appreciate the time, man. Great interviewing you for the first time. Before we do sign off, I want to give you the floor. If you got anything you want to plug, or just anyone you want to thank in general, the floor is yours.
I'd like to thank my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ.